From the Home Slice News Center, this is the Daily Slice for Monday, November 13th, 2023. I'm D. Ray Knight. This is what's going on. Photos of Rapid City area school students holding a firearm that were shown on social media has caused some concern among community members. The photos were brought to the attention of the RCAS leadership, and upon investigation, it was found that the firearm had been a display piece at a National Guard Veterans Day and recruitment booth at Rapid City Central High School. The firearm was not loaded. Superintendent of Rapid City area schools, Nicole Swigert, says they have been in contact with the National Guard, and they are all in agreement that this was not something suitable in a school setting. Firearms in all forms are prohibited on campus. A man wanted in connection with the shooting is in custody. Amy Rose has the story.
Rapid City Police say the suspect in a November 4th shooting has been taken into custody following a traffic stop. He's been identified as 35-year-old Charles Kohlhoff of Rapid City. During a traffic stop near West Main Street and Sheridan Lake Road, police located Kohlhoff with a loaded pistol under his seat, and he was placed under arrest. The shooting, which took place near the area of North Maple Avenue and East Knollwood Drive, sent a man to the hospital with serious but non-life-threatening injuries.
A consent decree has been reached by the owners and operators of the Grand Gateway Hotel and the Cheers Sports Lounge and Casino following a lawsuit by the Justice Department. The lawsuit alleged that the defendants violated Title II of the Civil Rights Act of 1964 by discriminating against Native American customers. The consent decree states that Connie Uri will be prohibited from serving at the company or from performing any management duties or being involved in any operations on behalf of the Grand Gateway Hotel for 4 years. In addition, the defendants are required to issue a public apology and send it specifically to tribal organizations in South Dakota and throughout the Great Plains region. As alleged in the complaint, the defendants both prevented Native Americans from booking rooms at the hotel and made public statements discouraging Native Americans from trying to do so. In news from the nation and the world, fighting between Israeli forces and Palestinian militants outside Gaza's largest hospital has prompted thousands of people to flee from the sprawling medical facility, but hundreds of patients and others displaced by the war remain inside, health officials said on Monday. The World Health Organization has been in contact with Shifa Hospital and reported that they have been without electricity and water for 3 days, and noted that gunfire and bombings outside the compound have exacerbated an already critical circumstance. Patients inside the hospital include dozens of babies at risk of dying because of the lack of electricity, according to those health officials. Meanwhile, the war rages in Ukraine. Amy Rose has the latest.
Ukraine says Russian forces have ramped up attacks in eastern Ukraine in an attempt to gain ground near 2 key frontline cities. The head of Ukraine's ground forces says Russian troops have begun a push to regain territory near Bakhmut, the eastern mining city that was the site of the war's bloodiest battle before falling into Russian hands in May. Ukrainian troops had recaptured the heights over Bakhmut since Kyiv launched its summer counteroffensive that has so far resulted in only incremental gains and heavy losses. A Ukrainian military spokesperson says the Russians have become more active near Bakhmut, putting pressure on Ukrainian troops south of the city.
Republican presidential candidate Sen Scott says he is ending his 2024 bid for president in a move that surprised his donors and stunned his campaign staff. The South Carolina senator made the announcement on Fox News Channel's Sunday Night in America with Trey Gowdy. Scott says, "I think the voters, who are the most remarkable people on the planet, have been really clear that they're telling me, not now, Tim." The decision comes as Scott continued to struggle in the polls in a field dominated by former President Donald Trump. Scott, the Senate's only black Republican, entered the race with more cash than any other Republican candidate, but couldn't find a way to break through. Your weather forecast from the Home Slice Weather Center. Partly sunny and nice today with a high of 69. Low tonight, 46. And that was your Daily Slice for Monday, November 13th, 2023. The Daily Slice is a production of Home Slice Media Group, hosted by D. Ray Knight with Amy Rose. Executive producer Mark Houston. Engineered by Chris Jaquess. I'm D. Ray Knight. Have a great day.